Hello there and welcome back to another video from AK Prestige. Today we're going to go through an honest walkthrough of this, the 2019 A35 AMG Premium Plus. Let's see what this car has to offer. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Costa from AK Prestige Autos. We're a small family-run business that pride ourselves on honesty, integrity and accountability. Now, this A-Class, while we walk through it, we'll show you the good, the bad and the ugly, so you know that you have a full perspective of this car, so you know what's going to be on your driveway and more importantly, what you'll be behind the wheel of every single day. So, firstly, all four of the alloys have some very light scuffing on them. However, they will be professionally refurbished by our Jaguar Land Rover specialist who can also do Mercedes wheels. And that will be done as part of the sale. Other than that, there really isn't too much cosmetically to worry about when it comes to this car. There are a couple of very light stone chips that you will see on the car that I'm not sure if they're picking up on the camera, but they are as expected for a car which is 2.5 years old with said miles. Now, the Premium Plus pack comes with an array of extras. This car has pretty much every single optional extra you could expect, except the I've forgotten what it's called now, adaptive cruise control, which comes on the driver assistance pack. There aren't many Mercedes out there, or should I say A-Class A35s out there with the driver assistance pack. However, it would have been nice if it had it, but at the same time, the Premium Plus more than makes up for it. Let's talk about its features. Firstly, you've got the full panoramic roof. The car is currently on, but when it's switched off and locked, the wing mirrors do tuck in. You do have remote entry and keyless start. As well as that, the Premium Plus pack allows you to have 360 sensors all around the car, so you are driving completely safe. Alongside that, you've got a rear camera which can be shown at a wide angle, so if you're coming out of tight corners, if you're reversing out, you can see just around the corner with the wide angle lens. Alongside that, the Premium Plus comes with a bunch of interior features which we'll go through in a second. But if we get back to the A35 and really what makes it one of the best hot hatches on the road, if not the best pound per pound hot hatch on the road, is the fact that it has a 2-litre turbo engine pushing 300 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque out of all four wheels. Now, that means that realistically, you can put your foot down in almost any scenario and guarantee that the car will be as safe as possible versus pretty much any other car on the market. Now, that's not to say go around and drive it like an absolute lunatic. Of course, it is worth always being safe while driving, but if you are going to drive a little bit crazy, this is probably one of the safer cars to do it in. Now, as we take a look around the car, we'll go inside to see where you'll be spending most of your time. Now, we do like to do these in one take, so apologies for any mistakes, but again, that way you can know that this is a truly honest and transparent video review. Now, as mentioned, the car is already switched on. Now, while the car's on, we've currently got it in the Super Sport display where it's all very driver focused, and alongside that, if we look a little bit further up, you will be able to see the can I zoom in here? No, it's not letting me zoom in. The heads-up display. Now, this heads-up display is adjustable. Brightness, what's on it, and sort of putting it left, right, up, down. It's all totally adjustable, which is great. Alongside that, you've got this gorgeous AMG steering wheel, which is perforated on the sides, standard leather on the top and bottom. And you've also got this racing stripe here to remind you this is an actual AMG car, if that AMG badging down there doesn't remind you. Alongside that, the facelift steering wheel buttons really are lovely as well. You've got the haptic touch. Everything on this side controls your right hand side. Everything on the left side controls Everything on the left side controls this screen, and everything, I've done it wrong again, what a plonker. Everything on the right side controls the center screen. Everything on the left side controls the screen for the passengers. Now, as we continue through this, you've got tons of buttons here. You've got your dynamic shift, so you can control between slippery, individual, comfort, sport plus. and a ton of extra bits. Once you put it in Sport Plus, it automatically opens up the revs a little bit more whilst idling, and alongside that, the exhaust comes a little bit louder. Now, this exhaust sounds great when driving. It sounds absolutely fantastic. And alongside that, the gear changes are brilliant with a 9-speed gearbox, and it's just such a pleasant thing to drive. Anyway, moving on. Let's take a look at the rear of the car to see what else this thing has to offer. Now, just before we get to the rear, it's also worth remembering that the Premium Plus pack does give you the fully adjustable electric seats with memory control, and they're also heated in the front. And in the rear, we'll talk about the Burmeister speakers, which is the best surround sound system that you can get with pretty much any Mercedes model. The 3 rear seats are super comfortable. Because it is a 4-wheel drive system, you do get this large notch up here, which is to sort of have space for the drivetrain going through to the back to control the rear wheels as well. But if we lift up our seat there, 2 people could fit very comfortably, but 3 people might be a little bit of a squeeze, but you do have 3 seat belts. You've also got your ISOFIX points there as well for your babies. The panoramic roof in this car is huge, absolutely huge. It goes sort of almost midway through to the rear, and it's the only hatchback on the road which does that. So again, a huge bonus on a car like this. Now, when talking about the extra features that come on the Premium Plus, it is worth remembering that this will help keep the value up on this car. All the basic Mercedes-Benz A35s will likely always be on the bottom end, whereas with this, with all the options and extras, people will search out for it, because when you want a Mercedes-Benz, you want one which is fully loaded. Now, from all angles, this car really is a pleasure to look at. You've just got so much going on. There's so much to play with. I was sitting last night and just messing around with the menu for about 45 minutes, and I didn't get bored. And you know, I'm a full-time car dealer, so what does that tell you? Alongside that, the rear boot space could be a little bit deeper. The reason it's not too deep is for the again, the 4-wheel drive system takes up a lot of space underneath, but it does go quite far in, so you've got sort of pros and cons there as well. Last thing to look at will be the bonnet. Now, one thing we always say at AK Prestige is that we do not like to clean underneath the engine bays. We like to keep them with the small layer of dust above, because that lets you know that this is an honest car, hasn't been worked on, hasn't been messed with underneath. Of course, this car has got full Mercedes-Benz service history. However, everything on top has not been touched, as you would expect. The engine is running very smoothly, and really, this is a kind of car that you need to drive to appreciate just how amazing it is. Now, this concludes our video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to call or message us for a call back. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Once again, my name was Costa from AK Prestige. Take care. Speak soon.